Hi, hello, namaste to all my listeners. I'm your host Sarthak Varshney, and I welcome you all to the Balls of Steel show, where you get an insight into the business mindset of the entrepreneurs. Dhandho ni Soch. Our today's guest is Mr. Dhruva. Hi, Dhruva.
Yeah, hi.
So, Dhruva, what is the business that you're running because of which we're going to say that you've got the balls of steel?
All right. So from last 2 years, I have this cosmetics retail business in which I have my own shops. I'm running that from last 2 years. Before that, I was a professional lawn tennis player.
Okay, so you've been playing lawn tennis as well.
Yeah,
Wow, till what level did you play?
I played international levels. I was top 10 in India, and
Wow.
but due to some injuries, I had to leave tennis and come into this business field, which I also love. So,
That's great. Yeah. So, Dhruva, tell us about your journey. Like, how did it start and how you ended up here? Tell us about the complete journey now.
all right. So basically, what happened was before that, I knew nothing about this business thing or whatever, as I was playing
Okay.
professional tennis from last 15 years. So I hardly go to even school once a week to give my papers. That's all. And when,
Okay.
but due to because I was playing sport, I got learned so much. I got so mature very at very early age because I used to travel whole India on my own. I used to travel everything since I was 13 years old, and I learned a lot of things. And then when I got this, like I got some ACL tear in my knee, which is a very big injury,
Okay.
due to which I was not able to play professional anymore. Then I decided
Right.
I always had a thing for the business, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I wanted to learn like how what should happen. And as my dad is also a businessman, so I went to him. I had a chat with him, and then I learned every basic thing for a year, even from seeing how the things work in the factory, very basic things. I started making the products on my own. I learned from that journey. And then slowly and
Mm-hmm.
gradually, I learned basic things. And then
Mm-hmm.
I asked him for the different business. So he gave me this retail thing in which I showed him some, like, he had already one shop in which I worked hard and got some sales so that
Mm-hmm.
he gets some confidence. And then I got one more shop and right now, which is in the Galleria market and which is at a very luxury store.
Right.
Right now, I'm running all of it on my own. Then I have everything online also of the same business in which I've done everything on my own, whole marketing, whole business things.
Wow. That's really great, Dhruva. Okay. So, Dhruva, so this business was basically your dad was running this business, and then you joined him
No, he was not
in
running
this.
this business. This was my own business. He had another company and
Okay.
he was doing other business. I come up with this idea to have this business.
Okay. Then you came up with this idea that you wanted to have this business.
Yes.
Okay. So, Dhruva, like, tell me what motivates you to do this business, and what keeps you running in this line.
All right. First thing, yes, the money is the part, but I love to enjoy the work on my own. I don't want to be beneath someone to work, and I don't want anyone to control me. So I want to control my own life. That is the
Right.
one major thing which makes me do my. Because of playing tennis, I had that nature in me. I can't work in beneath someone and work like that. So I have this nature to work on my own or independently. And to work,
Right.
it gives me so much satisfaction if I am independent on my own. So
Mm-hmm.
that what makes me really to have this business and uh,
Okay, so Dhruva, as we see, like you again and again tell us that after tennis you came into the business, and that tennis has matured you a lot, and that I believe that you derive a lot of your learnings for the business from tennis as well. So why
yes,
don't you
definitely.
enlighten us that what all things you derive from tennis, be it patience, be it anything, what is
All
that
right,
you derive?
I'll give you some things. First thing was ki I don't have to give up. Like in tennis, if you start playing, you lose lot of matches, but
Right,
you have that confidence that someday if I'll work hard, I will get the success. So I continue work hard no matter what happens in the life, no matter how many times I lose. If I work hard
right,
enough, I got satisfied in myself, and
Right.
my business will be satisfied. Then patience thing, yes, do come in a lot. Like due to this, I lost so much match, and there is a lot of patience you need to have to win matches,
Mhm.
because when you start playing tennis, you don't get the first match you get doesn't get you win. You get certain
Right.
losers. Then
Right.
suddenly you grow yourself, you grow your inner
Right.
strength, you grow your how to play level,
Right.
and then it makes you. So patience is one of the key. Then the concentration,
Right.
which helps you a lot, because when you are playing one when you are playing against one player, it's you have to be very concentrated at each and every point,
Right.
because every point matters. So that means in life for me every second matters. So I don't waste my any seconds of the life.
I can completely agree to that. I can definitely agree to that.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what else? Is there anything major that you derive from tennis?
All right. One, team spirit, like how
Team
to have
spirit.
you have your own team. Even if you're playing alone on the court, you still have your own team. Like you have your fitness coach, you have your tennis coach, you have your dietitian, you have
Right.
your physiotherapist, you have your whole team other side. So you need to have all things should be together, then only one player can become. So if you have one business to grow, you cannot grow it
Huh?
alone, you need to have your team.
Perfect. 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 So probably I see that you have covered almost all those aspects that an entrepreneur needs when he's starting up the business or kicking the business to get somewhere.
Yeah.
That's great. So I mean, I derive my personal learning somewhere from the gyms, and I've seen because I have friends who've been doing gym a lot, and I've heard from them. So it comes down to consistency and staying put in it,
Yes.
and that is what you've derived after playing tennis.
Yes.
That so again, it comes down to the same thing that you need to be consistent in your business
In your
as well,
life,
and not
yeah, you have to be
quits.
consistent, you don't have to give up. Yeah,
Right,
but you
right,
have to be
right,
smart also in which you invest. It's not like you just keep invest. You have to change yourself according to which the opponent is. Like when you play tennis, there are different opponents. You have to have the strategy different wise. You can't just have the same strategy for everyone. So in
right.
business also, if you're running one strategy that fails, so change the strategy. Don't give up, but change the strategy and run it again. Change the strategy and run it again.
Right, 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 right. So, Dhruva, tell me something. Has this entrepreneurial life affected you or maybe your relation with the family in some way, or maybe in any way?
Well, in my family, because my dad, he gets happy when he sees me as a business, because he has that thing, because he's already a businessman. So
Right.
yeah, they make they but uh, I myself feel very happy, and because I can be independent on my own, which means a lot to me, because I hate taking money from my dad. I hate taking even single penny from my dad. My mom and dad both are very happy that I'm doing this, because
Hmm.
see, after 12th I took 3 years of drop from my college life or from study life. I was going only professional on tennis, and then
Okay.
I got injury, and my mom dad also, because of the Indian mentality is that you're 21, you're not studying, that means you're doing nothing.
Hmm. Right,
Then I come
right,
up with this idea that I will join the open college and I'll run my own business, because
right.
I feel very bad at 22 if I'm not earning on my own.
Definitely, definitely. I can completely
So
agree to that.
that was my aim first thing. Ki I want to be independent on my own and
Hmm.
just go for it without even. I didn't have second thought, because that 3 years of my life was very hard, and after that it was sudden heartbreak. But yeah, I didn't go down, or didn't let myself down, because I know if I because that what tennis taught me. And if I don't even learn that much from 15, I played 15 years,
That's a huge amount of time. I mean,
and still, and
definitely.
something you have to give up after the 15 years of hard work. It's very hard.
I can completely understand because from a business perspective, when you put up so much time in some kind of business, and if that business goes away, anyone feels heartbroken, and
Yeah,
that comes up with any other talent also.
yeah,
Be it let's say I'm a photographer, so I know what photography means to me and how many years
yeah,
of work I've put in it into it. And someday something happens, I know the heartbreak that is going to happen. So I can completely relate to you. But yes, these things do teach us a lot. So
yeah.
Dhruva, in this experience of yours, you probably like in even in your business experience you would have faced some kind of failure, or maybe you would have faced some
Yeah, I
repeated
feel a lot
failures.
of failures.
So what are those failures like?
Like
Tell
I
me some
tell you.
experience about the failure, some of the
Yeah,
biggest
sure.
failure and what you learned from them.
All right. One of the biggest failure in the starting was I was hiring some people, and when I got to know, because I didn't have any experience of working, and when I was hiring them, many of them make fool of me. Like,
Okay.
they took the salaries and everything. They didn't do any work, and I didn't know how to judge. So there were things like that even when I lost a lot of money due to this. Then
Okay.
when I talk about the shops, there were like, in the shops it's very hard to get the girls stay at your store, because even if you get
Right.
1,000 rupees extra in some other store, she will just go away right there. So it
Right.
took me a lot of time to get the hold on them and to let them stay, because if they are the keys to my store. If they are not there, there's no sales.
Right.
And then I was at the store till morning, till from morning at 11 till 10 in the evening. I was at the store, opening the store, closing the store. No matter what, if anyone is not there, I'll be there for it, no matter what happens. So no matter what time is it, no matter what day is it, I'll be at my store if there is
Wow.
any issue.
Wow. So how did you deal with these kind of issues? Let's pick up this issue where where your employees took the salaries and didn't do the work. How did you deal with that issue?
All right. First thing I did, I studied everything on it. You need to have the basics of everything. If you don't know the basics, you can't tell anyone what to do. That's obvious things. If I don't know
Right.
the basics, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be thinking, yeah, he's doing some work, but in actual, they need salary. They don't need the work. They don't have to do some work. Why? They only need salary. The thing is like,
Right.
if I don't give them money, they are not going to do it. They don't care about the sales. All they care about is their money after a month.
Right.
So it should be me who should be looking on every basic things is working well, and I'm paying the right person. So I had to look. I have learned every basic things on my own, gradually,
Mm-hmm.
slowly, working on seeing like, yeah, okay, this thing, and I started doing on my own and seeing how much time it literally takes. Like, if the person, I give him one design, he tells me it will take 3 days, but it should
Hmm.
take 2 hours.
Right.
So I learned all the basic things, even in it's either it be social media marketing, I'll be the Amazon, I'll be Flipkart, or I'll be on the shop. It takes how much time, because in my shop it's very tough to have anyone, because you have to pull yourself and get we don't have the closed, we don't have the packed everything. And in my shop you need to pack everything. If you want to sell
Right.
the bottle of oil, first you need to fill it, you need to place the label, you need to place this everything, then you get to sell.
Okay.
So you need to learn even that things. So I learned that things too, that how much time this one is taking.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I take care of every penny I spend, which is very
Right.
necessary.
Right.
So yeah, these are the few things.
So definitely. So Dhruva, the store that we're talking about, and since as you were telling that your dad is a businessman,
Yeah,
and you've played 15 years of international tennis. So many times, there's a mindset that exists in the culture
yeah.
that पैसा है, पैसे से business कर लिया तो काम कर लेंगे and ये हो जाएगा, ये खरीद लो, वो खरीद लो. But I think so that every entrepreneur, be it you have money or you don't have money, there
You
are
can be.
problems,
You should have.
right?
All you need is a brain. You don't need money
All
for being on the entrepreneur.
right, right. So Dhruva, if I ask you bluntly, like, what was the thing? Did you have the money when you wanted to start up, or did you face the problem like कि पहले मुझे पैसे जमा करने हैं, then I can put this much in, and then you'll go ahead with those things?
I'll tell you what. Right now,
Right,
what I did in my
right,
started, my dad gave me a money. Okay,
right,
but right now my first aim is to pay him everything back. I have
right.
no aim to have expense with this money or anything. First thing I want to do is I pay him back.
Okay,
And second thing in my mind, there is some things in my mind. Yes, my dad gave me money, but I'm doing another business which I'm doing on my own. I have to start. I can't tell you right now, but that is from the zero thing. I'm not taking a single penny from my dad, not even taking a
right.
single penny from this business. I'm doing
Okay,
another one. I'm using my brains. So basically, you can use your brains and get out of anywhere. It doesn't matter you have money, you don't have money. All you need
exactly.
is courage. All you need is how a little bit brains and just consistency. To be honest.
Right. Because as far as I have seen, money doesn't really matter. And
Yeah,
what matters, like,
exactly.
you need to figure out a way to get that money in. So
Exactly.
let's
That's
say even if
it's
you are in the like you are in the product sector, right?
yeah,
And probably your products would be manufactured by you or maybe by someone else, for
yes.
example, right? So if I have to do that, I need to set up a chain. I need to find a manufacturer who can do this. I need to set up a shop. So okay, so probably what could be done is I fix up the guy. I find the people who need the sales, and maybe I could just start up with a stall, a simple thela. If I
Exactly.
really want to be an entrepreneur,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, that's
Thela
what I mean.
kitne ka aata hai yaar? Hey, at the end, if we
Exactly.
talk about it, so I want you to like tell me more from your experience and highlight more on this point. कि यार money is not important, and maybe and this mindset should change कि भाई अगर घर में पैसा है, maybe since your dad is a businessman, he
Yeah.
could fund you, right?
Yeah.
This should never be considered as a fact कि यार ठीक है उसके पास पैसा है वो कर सकता है, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है मैं नहीं कर सकता. I want you to
No,
highlight
there
more on
are
this point.
few of my friends who started from literally zero and they are
Right,
huge now. And because I've seen them working, they have slept in offices of the other person, just asking them, can I sleep in your office? Like, can you believe one
okay,
of my friend did that? Like, he has one good friend, yeah, that guy has money, but he tells him, can I sleep in your office? Because he has to work in same sector. He can't leave the city because he was working. So he wanted somewhere to stay and didn't have any money or something else. So he
right.
even stayed in the office. He stayed in the road side on the benches.
Oh my god.
And because he had some passion to do it, he wanted to do it. And he knows what's the end result. Okay, we have that's a little bit struggle. If you don't have struggle in your life, then you
Right.
won't even feel happy about what you did, believe me.
That's for sure. I can completely agree to this because definitely being an entrepreneur, I go through some kind of struggle, and yes, I understand this thing. So Dhruva, if you look at it, since you tell me that you take care of every penny,
Yeah.
right? How? So tell me about your like spending habits, being an entrepreneur, and since you have taken a loan, so how do you manage your money about it?
Okay,
Because you're also trying to run another business out there,
I'll tell you what. The money I spent on my own is very hard. I have certain rules in my life, so I follow them very strictly. First, you need
right?
to do that. You need to write everything about you, and you need to have your own rules. Because if you can't do that, then I don't think so. You're able to do what you want to do in your life.
Right.
So I started with I don't spend anything. I never buy clothes from malls. Like I
Okay.
always go to the Lachman Nagar, find the cheapest clothes, but in only things what I see is it should look nice. That's all. It doesn't matter to me
Right.
I'm not brand obsessed at all. So I don't care which brand is it, what is it. I don't care, and I don't
Right.
mind going there because the cloth is a cloth. It doesn't matter. So you should
Right.
know where to spend money and where not to spend money. You're wasting money if you're going to the Gucci and buying that bag, which it can cost you
Right.
2,000, and you're giving it for 20,000, 40,000, or whatever.
Right.
So that is the one basic thing which I learned. Then when you talk about, I try to like there's a fix Saturday night. That's the only time I'll eat outside. Nowhere else
Okay.
in the no matter what happens. If I'm no matter what happens, I don't eat from outside all the week. Saturday night, I fix my time. Okay, Saturday night, I'll eat outside no matter. I can enjoy myself on Saturday nights. So I
Okay.
have been strict on myself because of this also, because of tennis, it helped me. Because in tennis, I had to wake up at 4 o'clock every day to work. I had my sessions at 4:30. If I'm 1 minute late, I used to be get out. They told me to get out. So I have that
Oh my
time
God.
control in me.
You
And
literally lead a very disciplined life. And which is
yeah,
kind of very much
because
necessary for being an entrepreneur as well because consistency and discipline matters hell a lot.
yes,
And you kind of setting that example. So if we look at like your kind of success, so where do you rate your success right now? How much successful are you in your own terms? Because there's no definition to success,
yeah.
obviously. So how much are you successful, or where have you reached your goals if you look at it in your perspective?
If I be 100% honest, I have huge goals. So right now, I might even say I have reached 5% hardly.
I can agree to this. I can understand what you're trying to convey.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
I have very huge goals for me because I really want to go there, and I'm not willing to go back no matter what cost it takes.
that's very inspiring, Dhruva. So Dhruva, tell me something. So how many? You said that it's been 2 years, right? That you've been
Yeah,
running this business. So I would say that, and you still have like a couple of stores, I guess.
yeah. Right now, I have 3 stores,
You have three
and
stores,
I have my
which is
office a
incredible.
different. That is different.
The office is different. So you have three stores and an office. and you're managing all those stuff. So Dhruva,
Yes.
what are your money management plans? So let's say, are you planning to invest, or how are you, planning to grow your money? Because since you're into this, you obviously know, right? More than earning, it's also important to
It's all
invest.
about how to grow it. You can earn, but
Right,
it can lose very easily. So you should know how to
right,
invest, what
right.
to
So
do
what
with
are your
that money.
plans?
But right now, which situation I am, it will take around 1 or 2 year more for me to start investing. But yeah, my plans are later for investing money in the various fields. Then,
Okay.
and I'm studying about that. This quarantine, I was studying that. This
Wow.
So I can tell you, like, in this quarantine days, which I had no business, because obviously for obvious
Right,
reasons, I was
right,
working on myself. I was working on
right,
how to talk, even how to talk properly. You should know what to say at what time. So I was
right.
working even on that. I woke up every day at 4:30 to work out. No matter what, I sleep at 2, 3, no, doesn't matter to me. I woke up at 4:30. So I worked on myself. I saw various videos of how to invest money, what to do. So I built myself in this quarantine month, and which made me feel very good about myself.
Wow, that's really amazing. It's really amazing. So Dhruva, that as you said that you have your Saturday nights, but what if like in your sometimes it happens during the work days as well. You're so tired and you just want to relax sometimes. So what is your relaxation like? How do you relax yourself?
Because again, I'll say, because of tennis, I know how to deal with that. I
Okay,
The music is the thing which I can deal. I listen to music, and it can heal everything inside me. I know how to do that, so I've learned that also through my because I tell you, you have to be so disciplined in tennis. Even if I
uh-huh.
ate a single peri fries extra, that is again a huge loss that I'm doing to myself. I might think, okay, it's a little bit, but that habit can grow to any extent. So I have learned how to control myself, which is very, very necessary. How to control
So you've
yourself in
actually
everything.
been through those calorie diets, maintaining your calorie
Yeah,
counts, I guess, and that is why you've been so straight. Oh my god. Maintaining the calories was a most difficult task I had actually faced myself. But
and
hats off.
it's not it's like it's easy, but it depends on how you tackle with it.
Right,
You should know,
right.
if I, what, yeah, obviously I get some craving, like I want to eat ice cream or anything. But then I
Hmm.
have few things how to I think about the future, what I want to be. Do I want to be a fat as fuck? Or do you really want to be
Hmm.
healthy? So
Right.
I tell myself that, and then I feel like, no, I don't want to eat ice cream.
Okay. So, tell me about a moment in your business journey which has changed you completely, like which came as a blow to you.
All right. So this happened when my shop was about to make. There were many things which was happening in this, and the store which I am right now has huge rent amount, because it's the very
Right.
luxury market I have. And
Right. Right.
it took 3 months to make the shop because of certain conditions, or whatever circumstances, or whatever you can say.
Right.
And that hit me so hard, because that 1 month rent went without any income, and there was no incomes, only losses. And that thing hit me so hard that I worked every bit. This day the store opened, I was here for first 4 months. I didn't take I never take a leave. Even if I had, even if I have flight or anything, I come for an hour or 2 hour or whatever. So I'm so dedicated towards it. That makes me dedicated towards it, because it hurts me to lose even single penny. Whatever happens, I give 100% to my shop, to this thing. This thing is my everything for now. I can't even think to have spent extra penny on anything extra, like whatever. So yeah.
Right. So ध्रुवा हमारे देश में ना एक कल्चर सा है probably that as far as I have noticed, I could be wrong but I've seen like हम लोग हमेशा entrepreneurs उनको बोलते हैं कि जिन्होंने स्टार्टअप किया है या फिर जिन्होंने who trying to do something out of the box and something, and the way I personally see it, it's like everything is a dhanda. Okay,
Yeah,
everything is
that is
everything
the
is business.
reality.
Even your shop is a business. Even let's say McDonald's is a business because
Yes.
opening McDonald's requires approx 1 crore of amount यार,
Yeah,
franchise
and
का amount है, then
Starbucks 5
location amount.
crores.
Oh, yeah, so I was 5 crore. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I want you to put in some light on this fact ki you are not just running a shop, you are also an entrepreneur, and that you are doing a business out there. It's not just a shop.
No,
What
for
are you going
sure.
to just say
Like,
on
this is
this?
the huge business market. This is the retail. It's basically the retail business which I'm doing. And
Right,
business is the transact. Business means transaction. If there are transactions anywhere, it is business.
right.
So it doesn't matter if you did startup or you're doing retail. Even the thela wala, he's the doing business.
Exactly. Thela wala, he's doing the business. So that was the thing because I've seen it a lot of times that in young generation, कि उनके लिए होता है कि वो
Startup किया
like
तो
because
business है वरना कुछ
स्टार्टअप
नहीं.
किया तो बिजनेस किया है, स्टार्टअप किया तो entrepreneur हो डूड. इट्स अबाउट
Yeah,
स्टार्टअप किया तो आप entrepreneur हो, अदरवाइज
yeah.
आप एक बिजनेस वाले हो.
And the
है
thing
ना
is, they
जो
don't know the spelling of entrepreneur. So
I know, right? And it's like कि let's say you must be knowing Ghaziabad, right? So
yeah,
Ghaziabad हो या लाजपत नगर की दुकान हो, वो धंधा कर रहा है, वो गल्ले पे बैठा है.
yes,
No,
yes.
dude, वो भी बिजनेस कर रहा है,
It's a
वो भी
huge
धंधा है, वो भी
business.
बिजनेस
It's a
है,
huge. You have
right?
no idea. It's bigger than entrepreneur sometimes.
Actually, it is. I mean, जितना आप स्टार्टअप में भी लगा रहे होगे, उससे ज्यादा वो कमा रहा होगा उस पॉइंट पे.
Exactly,
Because सालों से वहाँ बैठा है, that is also a business, and sometimes we just
exactly.
overlook that part. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is a good light that we're getting on this point while talking to you. So Dhruva, tell us something about your day-to-day schedule. Like, what does it look like?
I'll tell you right now. I wake up at 4:30. I wake up at 4. Then I go to
Okay.
a workout for 4:30. Then I do my
Mhm.
workout till 4:30 to 6. Then I had my breakfast. Then I study because of I'm in college right now. I'm doing open college, so I have to study. I study
Okay.
every day. I have given my time 2 hours a day because I don't want in the end time I do because it will affect my business in the later on if I just study at the end time. So I study for 2 hours. Then I come to my shop because right now I recently opened my shop 2 days back. And
Okay.
yeah, because so then I come to my shop, then I'm there whole day. I'm working, I'm sitting inside doing online, and whenever customer comes, I talk to them. I ask them how was your month days, and you should talk to your customers. You
Right.
should know well your customers because if you don't know that, you're not able to. You don't know what to sell to them. So I
Right.
talk to them, then I sit whole day here, and I see everything, how the shop is going. Is there any way dirt or any basic thing I learn? I see that, and then after that, I was actually the Limca Book of World Record holder when I was 3.5 years old.
Oh my
I
God!
I
Congratulations. What was the record?
I learned 4,000 Sanskrit Shlokas when I was 3.5,
Oh my God! Who
and
taught you
I
that?
knew how to do Havan. So I do every day Havan. I go back to home at 6. I do my own Havan. Then I again go
Wow.
for a workout in the evening, and then I take sometimes off for myself. Then I eat dinner, then I go to sleep. Strict sleep at 10:30 because I need to wake up at 4. So
Wow. That is literally highly disciplined life, and
yeah,
it's like it's like literally listening to someone who's out of the army stuff, because हमारे देश में सबसे ज़्यादा disciplined life army वालों की होती
yeah,
है,
that's true.
honestly देखा जाए तो.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And you are doing it being an entrepreneur and someone who's been through tennis, and now you're doing it when you're all on your own. That is
Yeah,
highly commendable. My
thank you.
God,
But
this
I just love doing it, so I don't mind it. You should love what you're doing. First thing is that is the most necessary thing. If you're doing it
right.
because of someone forcing you into it, then don't get your 100%.
Absolutely. I definitely agree to it. And while you were telling me about your shop, that you in your day in shop, you look at anything and you learn it. So I guess we can definitely derive this nature in entrepreneurs, and because this somewhere exists in me as well, that I've noticed. If I look at something around me and I get this curiosity risen in me that I want to know what is this. And I guess that
Yeah,
happens with you as well. So
yeah,
you
for
go out
sure.
and start learning about it. So I guess it becomes very important for the entrepreneurs to be highly observant about
Yes,
what's
because of
happening.
being in
Right,
business, I got to know the observant thing. I knew it, but not that because before I used to visit mall just to see. Now I visit mall,
right,
I see every single detail. That
right,
how many workers are there, why there are these many workers, what timings are they coming, how they are placing the products, how they every basic thing. and
Right,
that
right.
I
So
didn't
I,
know before.
right, right. This is the observant nature that I have probably noticed, and talking to it brings it up as well that we need to be observant as fuck
It's very
when we're
necessary because you should, if you are not observing, your competitors are, so they'll go much higher than you.
right, right. So, see, it's very clear that you are a money-minded person because you take care of all your pennies, right?
Yeah,
So, in your opinion, being money-minded, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
it depends on certain situations, but I
Right.
think for my from my side of view, I think I just have this nature from my dad has made me learn that way because I tell you,
Mm,
when I was 12 years old,
right.
I was traveling in metro since I was 12 or 11 years old on my own. My dad made me like that. I used to travel in the autos with shared auto, that 10 rupees one.
Right, right,
I
right,
never
right.
used to take that single auto for myself to spend 80 rupees. No, I used to spend 10 rupees to go to any place I want. And I used to have my big kit of tennis in which
Okay.
I have to wait for the special auto so that I keep my kit at,
The
upper on
backside.
that. And I have to
Okay.
see at every 20 seconds, yes, my kit is there, my kit is there. That's how I have learned, I have grown. So, and
I
sometimes
can.
there are things like
Right.
there is like my home from the auto stand, it's around 1 kilometers. And if
Okay.
I want, I can take one more auto which costs 5 rupees, but I don't spend that 5 rupees. I still walk and go to my apartments or wherever I live. So it's that nature
That's
in my mind. That's why it's very hard for me to spend any money that is unnecessary.
that's really nice. So I mean, this again brings up the nature, where we can say that being an entrepreneur makes you observant about everything and you take care of everything because I have like the way you're telling me, even I have been through this part where I used to travel in these shared autos and I used to keep my camera bag on the back side of the auto. So what
Yeah,
used to happen जब मैं बैठा होता था मेरा हाथ एक पीछे लटका होता था कैमरा पकड़ के बैठा होता
yeah,
था कि देख रहा हूँ कि कैमरा रखा है रखा है because I used to have
huh,
this huge kid there कि that is there and okay वो देखना है मेरे को रखी safe है नहीं है क्योंकि बहुत बार ऑटो चल रहा होता है पता ही नहीं चलता and someone just puts up something other so I have to
yeah,
take that
true.
but that is completely relatable and I can understand your struggle that you've been putting out there.
Yeah.
That's great, man. So, Dhruva, if you talk about your business mantra, do you have any business mantra that you strongly follow, or if do you have anything sort of a business mantra?
Mm, do your hard work and do your consistent work. That's my main business mantra, which I feel. And don't
Okay,
give up. That's three things which I work on myself a lot.
that's perfect. That's perfect. So, now tell me something that if you had the chance to start your career all over again,
Yeah,
right? Be it entrepreneurship, be it tennis, at this point where you're standing right now,
yeah.
where you are mature enough, you have the capacity to think. What is that one thing you think that you would do differently?
Yeah, so you're talking about like in the business perspective, I'll do something else, or you want me to tell you something else which I would love to do?
And both. Why not?
Okay, so in other field, I love modeling,
Okay,
and I would love to go for that also. I'm trying that on side by side also because I really love
right,
that and I really
right.
enjoy that.
Okay,
And if I talk about the business, I would prefer like if I would have learned more things before starting it, telling if I would have learned the basics on the early ages, everything. So I wouldn't have faced
mm-hmm.
some problems when I give extra salaries or let them fool me around all the
Right.
whoever was coming to work. So yeah, that's the basic thing which I would like to change for myself.
Okay, okay.
But because
So
of that, I learned a lot. So I don't mind that.
that's nice. I've heard this from a lot of people where they say that yeah, just उम्र पे शुरू किया तब तो यहाँ पहुंच गए पहले किया तो पता नहीं कहाँ होता है. So I guess that's the same thing that applies with you as well. So, Dhruva, do you spend your time in reading,
To be honest, I hate
like
reading.
reading books? Do you think about reading sometimes?
Yeah, I think because my father also used to tell me कि better
Hmm.
reading is will make you much more wiser and you'll get to learn a lot of things due to that. So apart from reading, I prefer watching videos of the same things. It's very
Right.
hard for me to read books. I don't really I hate reading books to be honest. But yeah, I think it's necessary because there are some things which are necessary, but you don't do it. That is one of the thing for me which I don't do.
I can understand. I can completely understand. So, Dhruva, from your experience, if you want to recommend something to the listeners, what would it be?
Uh, I would like you to say ki first thing is you should love what you are doing, which I would love to say that because if you are doing it for your dad or your mom, you won't get the success which you want. It should
Mm,
be in your dreams. It shouldn't be in your dad or mom's dreams, first thing.
right,
And if you are going for it, then go for it 100%. Don't give even 99%. That is not enough.
right, right.
Yes, these two things I would love to tell
And
them.
Dhruva, from this only, I want to pick out a note and probably see if we can agree on the same point that it is possible to generate business out of everything.
If there is a transaction, that is a business. So it doesn't matter you're on Taylor, doesn't matter you're working on Starbucks or McDonald's or you're Amazon or you're anywhere. Everything is a single business.
What do you think about in terms of those different categories? Because in India, every other person says, "यार मुझको ये पसंद है, इसमें मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ?" It could be reading books. It could be like I'm talking of very basic stuff because as now I have started seeing the world from a business perspective, there is a possibility of business in everything. You just need to
Yes,
put in your brains out there.
yeah, that's true. Even if I talk about the books, you're selling the books,
Right.
that is a business. So, and if you are, I talk about the reading skills. If you're reading a
Uh-huh.
book from someone, that is for someone, that is also a business. You're earning money from that. So
Definitely.
you be a social media influencer. That is also a business. It's
Definitely.
everything is
Definitely.
business.
Perfect. 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 So yeah, so Dhruva, before we move towards the end of the show, I would ask you to recommend someone who you would like to come on this show.
All right.
Recommend me someone.
All right. That is one of my really good friend. He's Lakshay Jain,
Okay,
and he has this brand called Kylie Fashion, which is very good right now. It's a very good store.
Kylie Fashion.
Yeah,
Okay,
and they are in the luxury sector of this suits and everything for the females.
okay.
And yeah, I would recommend him. He has done his hard work in there, and yeah,
So definitely we're gonna bring him on board, and I hope that you guys listen to each other podcast, right? So Dhruva, so now since every one of you guys know that what Dhruva is into, Dhruva and his store is into catering to organic beauty products, right? And
yes,
it's basically oils, soaps, and all those personal care accessories. Dhruva, why don't you highlight something on this?
yeah, sure. We have all organic and 100% pure and fresh oils, essential oils. We have body butters. We have soaps. We have face packs, hair packs. But the best thing about my store is the unisex. It's not like it's a female cosmetic store in which so
Right.
best thing is anyone can use this. Plus, there are zero chemicals, which mean 100% organic. And if
Wow.
there is a difference between organic and natural, it takes 3 years to build the organic land. When there is zero chemicals used, not even pesticides are used on this
Oh
to
my God.
grow
Okay.
the organic things. So it's the organic store, and the people don't know this difference, and they think, okay, this एक ही तो चीज़ है यार, organic natural. So yeah, that is a very huge difference when you're not using for 3 years and you need to have certifications for it. All products are
Right.
certified from the world's best company.
Oh wow.
So
That's
yeah, so
great.
we have this organic stock.
That's great. So, Dhruva, is there any discount code that you would like to give our listeners to so that when they come to your store, be it online or offline, they can use it?
Yeah, sure. I'll get they can use it as O for you, which means organic for you. So they'll use this discount as organic for me, and they can
Okay,
avail the 10 to 15% of discount.
perfect. So, listeners, you have the super code with you now where you can use this, be it online, be it offline. And we'll
Yeah,
also post this code in the show notes below so you can have a look. And yes, that was Dhruva again with us from the Organic Beauty Shop. Thank you so much, Dhruva, for being with us. It was an
thank you
honor
so much for
having
having
you.
me.
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye
See
bye.
you. Bye bye.
I hope that you're able to take back something insightful from this podcast and apply it in your life to be a better version of yourself and add to your Dhandhoni Soch. If you know someone whom you think should feature on my podcast and has a very inspiring entrepreneurial journey, then do drop me a DM on my Instagram SarthakVarshney. Sarthak Varshney. Yeah, that's me. I'm the founder of SV Clicks and SV Clicks is the producer of this show. You can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn as well with the same name. If you're willing to listen to more of such unheard, inspiring stories of the entrepreneurs, then don't forget to follow us by pressing that follow button on your podcast screen. Thank you for being such an amazing audience. Keep learning, keep growing. We'll be back soon. See ya.